the oil fields out in North Dakota, and just found something out about our tap water that we bathe in and use to brush our teeth and shit. And it's pretty weird. You let me know what you think. See if it'll work.
What you just saw was a direct result of hydraulic fracturing. Fracking is the process of drilling and injecting fluid at extremely high pressures into the earth to rupture and fracture shale rock in order to harvest the natural gas that lies within it. Now the problem with this is exactly what you just saw in that video. It's time to think about fracking in the context of the water problem, and for two main reasons. First, the amount of water it uses, and second, the amount of contamination that it causes. To each fracking site, we are looking at 400 tanker trucks carrying 1 to 8 million gallons of water and 40,000 gallons of chemicals just to complete one fracturing job. Now that's a lot of water and that's a lot of chemicals. To be exact, that's 600 chemicals that are being used in the fracking fluid, and which are known carcinogens and toxins. To start with, I mean, there's lead, uranium, mercury, ethylene glycol, just to name a few. So if we do the math, you're going to end up with a really big number. Starting with 500,000 active gas wells in the US today, and if you multiply that by the 8 million gallons of water that goes into each fracking, and then the 18 different times a well can be fracked, you end up with 72 trillion gallons of water and 360 billion gallons of chemicals. Just for one frack job, just for using one gas, or just for all of the gas wells that are being used in the US today. Now this is a lot of chemicals, this is a lot of water, and as you can imagine, this is a lot of contamination. During this process, methane gas leaches out of the well and contaminates surrounding groundwater. It is not a coincidence that groundwater wells near fracking sites have 17 times the content of methane than in sites that don't have fracking. This has a huge effect on drinking water because this contaminated well water is used for drinking all over the US where fracking is occurring. There are already 1,000 documented cases of water contamination. And in addition to this, there's cases of sensory, respiratory, and neurological damage that are related and due to people consuming this contaminated water. As you can see, it's not humans that are just taking the hit from this contaminated water. There's livestock losing hair, and some are dying. There's fish that are dying, and lots of different populations are suffering the consequences from this. So, left behind, as you can see in this picture, this is an image of a retention pond that carries fracking fluid. But this is only 30 to 50% of the fracking fluid that is left over from each frack job. All the rest, so the majority of the fracking fluids, are left in the ground and cannot be reclaimed. So what we're looking at is a big problem. You can't deny it. You saw the man being able to light his water on fire. And this is something Jake comes home to every day. This is happening across the US. Pictured in red are all the places that fracking has occurred since 2005. So this is something that's undeniable. It's happening in our backyard and needs to be addressed. So what I suggest to you guys is to take action and to be aware of what's going on. You can do this by contacting your local officials or joining and supporting a local organization. What that looks like is if you follow these links, it might not let us go to it, but this goes to the Gasland website where you can enter your own information of where you're from, and you can get involved and voice your say.